If we're gonna be stigmatized, stigmatize us for the right thing. Hello, my name's Meg, I'm autistic, and I'm gonna react to some memeness. Again, I got my neurotypical partner. He picked out some memes for me. Last time they were semi-insulting, but like, it's all good. Pro tip, if anyone says to you, everyone is a little bit autistic, have you heard that? Let me know your stories in the comments. Ask them what makes you autistic. And just silently stare at them. Yeah, I really like that. I had somebody say this, but it was like just as I was kind of, well, maybe like midway through my autism journey, you know, like all the research you have to do beforehand to figure out, could this be a possibility? Is this something I should pursue? And then somebody said this to me and I was like, you know, hard in the research. That was the entire reason for my existence, you know. They were like, I think everyone's a little bit autistic because I do this, and like an example of something that they did, and I was like, do you find that you were quite fidgety as well? And like started going through some of the traits that I had, and they were like, no. I was just like giving too much the other way. Yeah, they probably aren't a little bit autistic, and I am a lot autistic. I am autistic, at least. Can't really quantify the autism, we don't really do that. I really like that one. Like, make them feel uncomfortable, because it makes you feel uncomfortable to kind of like invalidate your whole sense of being, and like, you know, you are not me, man. Can you acknowledge that you have not lived a day in my brain before you start telling me about my brain? You have not even seen my brain, you know? Damn you. Them, you're autistic. That means you're really good at math, right? Oh, math. Maths, we say in the UK, but you know, I know what it means. I've lived in this world. This world is America, I know. Not even close, not even a little bit, not even at all. I feel insulted. Does my husband think I'm bad at maths? You know, the rejection sensitivity dysphoria is flooding through my veins. I'm joking, it isn't. I'm fine at maths. I got an A at GCSE. I got an A star in the last paper. Ooh, I was so happy because I nearly... I got the question wrong, and I knew I got it wrong. And you know when you just start writing out, scribbling out all the formulas that you've memorized and like squirreled away in your brain, you're like, get as many formulas down, collect those little cheat marks, and then like right before the exam was about to end, I realized I did actually know how to do the question, but all my paper was filled up with this like vomit of the stuff that I knew to kind of prove to the examiner, look, I know stuff. So then I had to like try and find a bit of paper to cram into the correct answer, but I must have got it right because otherwise I don't think I would have got the A star for that paper. Boom. I can maths. I think for me, I always felt like I was a little bit stupid, but not stupid at the same time. I didn't understand it. And now I think it's to do with autism. There can be issues with working memory and like kind of holding information in your head while you do stuff with that information, kind of is how I understand it. So like mental maths was difficult for me. I also am not very good with dexterity. I'm not a very dexterous person, is the correct phrase I should have said. I can't use compasses to save my life. I wasn't very good with even a ruler, even when we had to do like 1 centimeter borders at school around things. I'm sure there are loads of autistic people watching this who are like super good with like doing things with their hands who can't relate, but like my hands don't work. Like I can't do that. I'm good at doing computer-based things, so I was really bad at the geometry side of things as well. Algebra I wasn't bad at, but yeah, I worked really hard. Like I think naturally I would probably be pretty average at maths, maybe a little bit above, but I don't want to say I'm above average at maths. Like no, I would say I'm average at maths. It's a message exchange. Happy birthday. Thank you. So how's everything? You don't have to do this. We can end the combo here. Laugh my arse off, thank God. Talk to you on your next birthday. When you want to show you care, but you also really don't want to have an entire convo. I feel like that feels really mean though. Like I would not want to receive the text of like, you don't have to do this. We can end the convo here. No matter how bad I am at replying to messages, like I still do want to talk to people though. I don't, because I have lots of other things I want to do, and like, ugh, but I do. I still like people and I still do want to talk to them, and like, yeah, I would be super sad if I got that message, and I wouldn't want to send that message to anyone. My anxiety describing every social interaction I've ever had. Cringe. Yeah, like I lie awake and replay everything. Me trying to console myself after every social interaction ever. One day will be cool. Yeah, that's me. Like I said in the video I made about masking semi-recently, I spoke about how like I just get the urge to like reinvent myself every few years, or I would do in the past before I knew that I am autistic, and I would like think about, okay, how can I reinvent myself? How can I be like Meg 2.0? How can I be appealing? Like what sort of person do I want to be? How do I want to put myself out into the world? And it would be this very like heavily curated version of myself that I would try and put forward. There was always the hope that one day I'll be cool, I'll be appropriate, I'll be normal, I'll be how I should be kind of thing. We're not there and we never will be there now. We know that. So we can accept that now and move on. It's chill. Mental health professionals. Autism in females. Is this social anxiety a personality disorder, OCD, and attachment disorder? I hate that we are so commonly misdiagnosed. It's sad because I feel like it's to do with this whole stereotype of women being like over emotional. Like if a man presented with those things, you might think autism. With a woman, it's like, ooh, she has emotional problems. If we're gonna be stigmatized, stigmatize us for the right thing. Like hopefully we can get to a point where none of these things are stigmatized, but like, let it be the right thing so we can actually get the help that we need at the same time, you know? My kidnapper's returning me after hearing me talk about autism and SPD. Sensory processing disorder? Is that right? SPD? For 2 hours. And then the caption, did you know that talking non-stop about a specific subject is one of the main markers of autism? 75 to 95% of autistic people have special interests. So sad that they don't put that on the diagnostic criteria. Instead, it's got to be like restrictive and repetitive behaviors and things like that and kind of just make it sound like wrong and like, ooh, this is something bad. You don't want your child to have this. They are never gonna be functioning. You know, like, that's a good trick. Like, you know, if we get kidnapped, maybe we should try it. The sensory overload is such a weird feeling to describe. In a nutshell, sound is attacking me. Okay, he was probably laughing when he read this one. Great. Today an escalator was squeaking really loudly and I told my sister it was eating my teeth. Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's getting worse as I get older. Maybe not. Maybe it's just always been this bad. Me and sounds. Ooh, we do not gel well. I mean, with all of my senses. Does it use the word, the word attacking me? I use the word attacking all the time. And my mom would always say to me, the language you use to describe the world sometimes is just so aggressive almost, like so extreme. And it would always be like, why are you being so negative about things? Why are you perceiving things that way? And now, like, it obviously all makes sense. Like, it wasn't just me being a negative, not very nice, dramatic person. No, it's actually just that I'm a different person to you and I'm perceiving something different. I really wish we could, like, swap brains with people sometimes. Like, wouldn't that just be so helpful for, like, understanding that not everybody is you and people are different? Because I just felt like everyone must be perceiving exactly what I was perceiving, but they could just handle it better than I could. Oh, this one's a good one. Okay, knows me. When I tried to switch from one task to another, autistic inertia. We're done when I say we're done. Yeah, like, this is the thing. Like, it's not just special interest that I hyper focus on. I could be doing something really rubbish. I don't want to be doing it. I didn't want to start. It took me ages to get, you know, everything in gear and get going, and now I'm doing it. I don't want to stop, but it's rubbish, and of course I would rather be doing something else, but I also wouldn't because I can't stop. It's just really tricky. Like, doing just simple tasks can feel like it's broken down into all these different steps and all these different times I'm gonna have to kind of switch to a different mini task within the task, and it just makes every task seem huge, and then it's really difficult to get started. When Spider-Man has sensory issues, it's Spidey senses, but when I have sensory issues, it's autism. That's quite funny. My neurodivergent ass, including every detail possible in basic correspondence, because that's how I like to be communicated with, and I think it'll help prevent miscommunication. I love it. Yes, a novel. Writing an essay nobody asked for. Yeah, I see it in myself and I see it a lot in autism groups, and I'm like, oh, I see you. I feel you. Autistic characters on TV. I am a human supercomputer and a master of science and or detective work. Me. No, I can't eat the same colour M&M twice in a row. I really like that. That's really funny. I don't think I'm funny about my sweet colours though. I'd probably just eat whatever flavour I liked best. You don't look autistic. I learned against my own will. This is an essay, isn't it? I learned against my own will how to hide my entire being at a young age as a result of chronic repetitive child abuse, emotional neglect, bullying, ostracism, and social isolation simply because I'm autistic. That lasted for over a decade, causing me to involuntarily mask on a daily basis and become a bitter, confused, disassociated mess of a human shell who for a long time believed that there was something horribly wrong with me as an existing human being. I couldn't comprehend that I was just different and there was actually nothing wrong with me, and I never came to terms with it until early adulthood, and that's why, my friend, I don't look autistic to you. I love that. That's my favourite one so far. It's very sad, but like, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, I was such a bitter, confused, disassociating mess of a human shell. That is me throughout the entire high school experience. I was like, I don't know how to friend. I don't think I'm gonna friend. I don't think I want a friend. I'm just gonna just sit here and wait for this whole next 5 years to pass over my body. Neurotypicals. I can do whatever. Autism, I need routines to function. ADHD, I function in chaos. Autism/ADHD, wait, you guys can function. I mean, hopefully I do function. I'd like to think that I do function. It's certainly not in a neurotypical way, and I have been self-employed since I was 19. I'm now 26, nearly 27. I've worked a normal person job for about like 4 months, and it was a Lush sales assistant. I think my CV was like a tea-stained map in a bottle. There's not much more neurodiverse place that you can get than Lush. Like, was there a single neurotypical person working there? Maybe, but they were probably outnumbered. So yeah, as a tip, work at Lush if you want a cool job. I cannot really routine. I didn't thrive in school and having to be somewhere at a set time. It makes me very, very anxious. I don't like it. I feel trapped. But then I also do have set things that I really need to do every day in order to feel okay, like exercise, getting ready, and have my set little routine of how I do my makeup every single day, no matter what I'm doing. Like, if it's a party or bloody just going around to the shops, it has to be the same thing, you know, like my brain wants to do something, okay, I'll do it. Like, I'll write a to-do list, I'll give myself options, but I can't tell myself what order to do things in. Subscribe if you would like to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, then that's completely fine. Don't worry, I won't hold it against you because I don't know who you are. If you want to turn on the notification bell, you can, but as I've said before, I don't have the notifications on for anyone. I am not a notification sort of person. If you are also not a notification sort of person, then don't worry about it. It's all cool. Thank you. Bye. That was a really like strangled sounding goodbye. I think my voice is going. I'm gonna go to bed.